Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to New Game Plus, our weekly exploration of post-game content and New Game Plus modes. We're continuing our playthrough of Atelier Rorona DX on Nintendo Switch, which this isn't, but it'll do as a substitute while there isn't a physical version of the Switch version. Last time around we finished the first year with the annual festival in Ireland. So, this time around, we get to take a look at the first steps into year 2. Let's take a look. Okay, here we go, into year 2. So, what have we got to do this time? Synthesize tonics. That's all we need to do. And as always, a whole bunch of other things to get on with as well. Alright, well, let's see what we need for some tonics. So we need plant, magic grass, and liquid. We're going to have to make 7 straight away, so let's immediately kick off with that. Let's make them good quality as well. This is a nice thing about that cabbage festival from last time, is you end up with a whole bunch of really nice quality plants. Which is good, because the magic grass you tend to get at this point is fairly shitty in quality. Cutscene.
Oi, Rorona. お前、カタコンベに行ったことはあるか?
Yeah, new dungeon.
名前も知らんのか?
あそこカタコンベって言うんだ。まだ行ったことないです。
そのカタコンベだがな。あそこではいろいろ珍しい材料が取れるんだ。特に錬金術師にとっては重要な霊的な力を持つ材料なんかもな。その代わり幽霊が出るともっぱらの評判。はい。ああ、噂によるとかなり凶悪なやつらしい。
やめてくださいよ。
Bless her.
おや、そうだったか。いや、こいつはうっかりしてたな。
めちゃくちゃ棒読みじゃないですか。
あそこで取れる材料は必要ないというのか。まあ、行くか行かないかはお前の自由だ。
だからそういうこと言わないでくださいよ。
Hooray! Right. Let's do some events first. Yeah, have some useless crap from our last holiday.
あらロロナ、ちょうど今アトリエに行こうかと思ってたのよ。はいこれ。
Thanks. A dead beast, the skin of a dead beast, and the fur of a dead beast. Love you, mummy. You're the best. Alright, front desk, SD event. Hello.
あ、ロロナちゃん、この間はありがとう。あ、いえ、どういたしまして。でも、無理やり参加させるのは。あら、どうして？ちゃっかり優勝までしちゃって。よ、キャベツ娘。それはやめてくださいってば。来年の王国祭も何かやると思うから。あ、そうそう。はいこれ。これはそうね。キャベツ祭りで使うためにキャベツの種をたくさん用意したんだけど、それで何の手違いかキャベツ以外の種もいろいろ混ざっていたのよ。何が生えるかはわからないけど、よかったら使ってみて。面白そう。
I never do much with the garden in this. It always seems like a bit more effort than it's really worth.
こんにちは。またいつでも。ああ、ロロナちゃん。また ST さんのお仕事ですか？あ、ちょっと嫌そうな顔したわね。それでどんなお仕事なんですか？あらそう？嬉しいわ。変わり目早。なんか ST さん、それじゃあね。はあ、そうね。まあ そこはあんまり気にしないで。
Okay, so another SD request. So no time limit on those. Those usually unlock stuff of some description. I've been saying for a whole bunch of episodes that doing an SD request will level up her shop, but that hasn't happened yet. Maybe this is the one. Take my tonics, Mr. Stark. Not quite enough. A few more. Okay, so we need some more bits and pieces. What specifically do we need? I think we need more magic grass, don't we? Yes, because we've got loads of the other things. Can't remember if Tiffany sells those. Oh, you do sell a recipe book there. I will have one of those, thank you very much. You do, brilliant. And if she's selling stuff, then chances are the other folks are selling stuff as well. Recipe books, I mean. No. No food recipes this time. What about ingot recipes? Yes, there we go. Well, those are accessory recipes. That's good. Well, not brilliantly good for this playthrough because we've already got some good accessories on the go. But if this was the first playthrough, it would have been quite useful to be able to make things like the Nadi ring and stuff like that. Okay, let's make some more tonics. Okay, let's turn those in. And I reckon that should probably do it. There we go. Okay, so now we can concentrate on other stuff. Alright, so some of this stuff's pretty easy, so... The mysterious event.
ようやく帰ってきたか。待ちわびたぞ。
あ、師匠、なんか知らない子がいるんですけど。
知らないことはひどいな。この子はお前の。
In case you haven't figured it out yet, this is what that mysterious question from a little while back was all about.
前に欲しいと言ってただろ。
作った。
いわゆるホムンクルスというやつだな。
ホムンクルスって。
ホムンクルスも知らんのか。
はい。
なんでしょう、マスター。
名前はなんていうの？
名前はまだありません。
せっかくだ。好きなように名付けていいぞ。
そんな急に言われても。でもな。
じれったい。もうこいつの名前はホムに決定。
私に決めさせてくれるんじゃ。
ホム。
No custom names for you.
ホムの名前は今。決ま
っちゃった。ホム ちゃん。ホムちゃん。あ、でもなんか可愛いかも。
名前も決まったので、ホムは働きたいと思います。
命じて。
ホムは私とお前の命令には絶対服従だ。
こき使うってそんな。
見た目が子供なのは単に私の趣味だ。頭の回転
Oh, Astrid is so many levels of wrong in so many ways.
それはそれで。
マスターのために働くことがホムの存在意義です。
そこまで言うなら。
So the way Hom works, I'm just going to move this down a bit because it's kind of in my face. The way Hom works is you can get her to do things for you. So you can either send her out to gather stuff. I'll show you, that's probably the easiest thing. So you can either tell her to synthesize things that you've previously made, which is incredibly useful because it doesn't take any materials to do that. Or you can get her to gather stuff from places that you've previously been to. Which I think is probably the slightly less useful thing because that takes time and she won't necessarily pick up the things that you want. And so I think getting her to synthesize things that are incredibly useful, like the bombs, is a good thing to do. So if I'm going to get her to synthesize some high quality bell bombs, because these are the things we need to break through some of the rocks we haven't been able to get through yet. So we'll just get her to do that, and that means every 2 days she will basically pump out a bell bomb until you tell her to stop, or until your inventory is full, whichever comes first. Okay, so what do we have to do? We need to synthesize, we need to gather, combat request as always, we need to sell 1,000 coals worth of items, that's easy. Make a dry metal, we can probably do that right now. Oh no, I am missing the quake crystal. Need to make a Nardi ring and a rune stone. Start the garden. I can definitely do that now, so let's go start the garden. As I say, I tend not to do very much with this because it takes time and I always forget about it. But, well, let's just plant this and then come back in a few days to see what's going on there. What else? High quality bomb. Make a bomb of at least quality 80. Not sure we're going to be able to do that at the moment. We can definitely do some of the others though, and certainly enough to fill the bingo cards. So let's see if we can make a Nardi ring and a rune stone. The rune stone, we just need some polish powder to be able to do that. So that's... Fortunately, we just have enough materials to do that. And again, let's use some good quality stuff for that because it's good to have high quality materials as much as you possibly can. Or high quality equipment, I should say. And a level up, very nice. I believe the word you're looking for is homunculi. I think, anyway. Homuncupodies.
人間の血液を与えながら。
黙って読書もできないのか。
師匠。
まあそこに書かれているのは一つの事実ではある。
はい。だがこの方法で
ホムンクルスの生成自体極めて成功例が少ないからな。その思考方法も錬金術師によって千差万別だろう。
でも
私が成功したのは方法についてはそうだな。
とりあえずホムちゃんはこうやって作ったんじゃないってことだよね。でも師匠のことだし、あんまり考えるのやめとこう。
So the mind really boggles about what could be more absurd than making something out of poo, cum, and blood. Here's a cheery thought for you. Okay, right. What do we need to make the Nadi ring? We need the forgotten bone, which we get from the Catacombs. Alright, what else can we do? We can sell stuff. Let's go sell some stuff, and then we'll go on a little trip.
少しどれ
Sort by price. You can have some of these because I'm not going to use them. Yeah. There we go. That's lots of money. That's plenty for you.
ありが会話
あれ、ティファナさん、マジックグラスってもう売り切れちゃったんですか？
そうなのよ。ここのところ朝一番にお店
Good, we got him when we did on that one then.
お客様がいて
そうですか。
取ってくるんだったら私の店にも少し分けてもらえないかしら。今なら少し高く買い取れるわ。
いいんですか？
多少値上げしても全部売れるもの。
はあ、こういうとこやっぱり商売人なんだな。わかりました。
I believe that is Meredith Alcock's doing. It's just in the background most of the way through this game. He's just trying to sabotage Rorona in various ways. Because he's a prick. How are we doing with these? That's still growing. Because I don't think we've actually advanced time at all, have we? That was silly. Right. What have we got in the basket? Nothing at all. So let's take some bombs with us. Those are all reasonable quality, so I wonder if those will be good enough to get us through those rocks we've been struggling to get past. Alright, let's go pick up some party members, because they were all removed after the festival. And we'll stick with Ixel and Cordelia for now, just so we can grind up their friendship level some more. So he's up to 49 now, so not much further left to go. Is that the furthest you can grind up friendship level through going out is 60. So anything higher than that, which you normally don't really need for most of the endings, I don't think, except in a couple of situations. The rest of that you have to do through friendship quests.
なんで森キャベツこんな
お前知らないのか？
キャベツ税？
キャベツにかかる税金だろ？
いや、それはわかるけど。
俺に聞かれてもな。だな。
Again, Meredith Alcock behind the scenes being a dickhead. And we need to go and find Cordelia. I could just warp there, but I feel like running, so let's run. Run, 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 run. One thing they did add to the later versions of this is they added a double speed run. Whee! Which is quite nice for getting around if you just want to get to a particular point in the dungeon quickly. It also means you can outrun enemies as well, which you couldn't do in the original. So I tend to leave it off because it feels a little bit like cheating. I know it's not because it's there as an option for you, but You know, this is a game that it's nice to take your time over a little bit. And just enjoy what's going on. Where is the town square? This is the other trouble with warping, is you just don't remember where anything is. It must be down here. Yeah, there it is. I thought there was a quicker route there from Artisan's Way. Maybe not. Anyway, Cordelia. So he's up to friendship level 50, so doing pretty well. Yes, bring her along. Okay, we are set for a grand adventure. So... Right, well, let's pop out to the mines first and see if we can clear that last boulder. And then we'll go and try and clear the catacombs. This is another character who I haven't explored the story of at all. So I've mentioned that I've done a few of the Leonella events before, but I've never done any of Tantris' events. So I know he's got some connection to Meredith Alcock, but I don't know anything beyond that, really. So it'd be quite interesting to spend a bit of time with him later on.
Oh, これは気にしなくていいよ。君のように愛らしく可憐な少女に聞かせるためにあるんだから。
愛らしい？
もちろんだよ。君は気づいてないのかい？
He's such an Atome game character.
ああ、うつむかないで。もっと君の顔を眺めていたいんだ。
And a bit of a creep, but...
面白い反応をする。
私、仕事の途中なんで失礼します。
あ、待って。聞きたいことがあるんだ。女の子がこんな場所にいるってことは。
はい。
そっか、ありがとう。小さい頃に住んでたんだけど、君はアーランドに住んでいるのかな？
はい、私、町で錬金術のアトリエやってるんです。
また会えるといいね。
また愛らしいって。恥ずかしかった。ちょっとだけ嬉しかったりして。いけない。
Well. So one of the interesting things about Atelier Rorona, which is still upcoming at the time of recording, is that Rorona has a daughter in that, which is the protagonist of the game. And at the moment, no one knows who the father is. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that ends up. Alright, let's see if these bombs do the job. So current speculation from most people is that it's Sturk. So he would seem to make a certain amount of sense. But there's a few other possibilities as well, so we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Right, please work. Hooray! Finally! Right, we can now clear out the rest of this area. There's still a fair bit of it left to go, actually. Although not a ton of things really worth killing at the moment, I don't think.
よし、
Let's see how much experience we get for these, but it's not going to be very much. Yeah, that's really not worth the time and effort, so we'll just smack them out of the way if they get in the way. Or run away. See, that's what the run's useful for, is you can immediately double your speed and get away from enemies. If it's just going to be a bit of a waste of time to fight them. Alright, what is down here? Oh, you're one we have to fight, eh? Alright. As you can see, it's probably going to be towards the end of the game before we start coming into contact with fights that are in any way challenging with the equipment I've got, but there are still some challenging fights at the end, even with this really good equipment. There's some pretty powerful bosses towards the end. And one of the endings that I'd quite like to try and get is dependent on defeating 2 of those bosses, I think. There's an Iron Giant and a Demon, I think. Right, there's a boss up here, so... Again, probably not anything we really need to worry about. Oh. Oh, 4 hits, eh? Fine. Have your 4 hits. That's a nice amount of experience, eh? Level ups for all! And some armor we don't need. Right. Let's explore. Okay, so this one takes us in that direction. Okay, so I guess those little demons are still just about tough enough for us to make them vaguely worthwhile. It's not a ton of experience, but it's better than nothing. Nothing much here. It's a fairly nondescript area. And onward to the next. Whoops. Missed. Lots of things to gather. And a chest. Hit him. There we go. As I mentioned previously, I think the chests have fixed contents. And they respawn each time you come back to the dungeon. So if you need a specific thing and you know where the chest is for it, it can be quite a good way of acquiring stuff. The stuff in chests is often reasonably good quality as well. But they're also often guarded. So what have we got here? Some pure oil. Not especially useful right now, but handy to have if it's an ingredient for something. Okay, so back to that big junction. And this time, let's go this way. So this one's a dead end. With a rock, which we should be able to deal with at this point. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, so what do we got here? Lots of gravistones. And iron clay. Not super useful for our purposes right now, but, well, whatever. All ingredients are good ingredients. For one reason or another. Again, sending these back to the workshop using the secret bag. That prevents them declining in quality in the basket while you move around. And also just frees up space in your inventory. Okay, one more way to go in here. And then I think we've cleared out the whole place. Oh no! The big dinosaur thing, it might be dangerous. Alright. Another dead end, and yeah, that is the end of the mines then. Oh, lots of rocks. Oh, I have a feeling some of these are a bit harder than normal to break. And there's lots of them. There's also some you don't need to break, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so like that one there, you don't need to break because it's not in your way. Oh no! Yes, it's that last one. You need a more powerful bomb for that last one. So either a better quality, in fact, I think just a better quality bell bomb usually does the trick. Okay, so we're done with the mines for now. So let's go to the world map and go and pay the Catacombs a visit. There's some quite good items here, if I remember rightly. And there's also something very important happens in here, which you'll see in a moment. Just have to remember where the important thing is. That is the question. Okay, you know what? Let's take the other exit from that first room. When we've uncovered one of the exits from here. Right, all these bandits are just carrying around skirts with them. You could make a less than wholesome interpretation of why they're doing that. In fact, you can make several less than wholesome interpretations of why they're doing that. I shall refrain from that for now. I leave it to your imagination. There's a bone. We need that for something. What do we need it for? Oh, it was one of the accessories, wasn't it, I think? Bring on the bell bomb. Lovely. Okay, yeah, that one's the sort of hub room. So let's just go back to that first room and get that exit to the north as well. And we'll grab some experience along the way as well. So not that way. Oh no! It's a trap! It did hardly any damage. So that's okay. I did a fair amount of damage to Cordelia, I guess, but not really a big problem. Ixel regenerates health every turn anyway, that's just one of his passive abilities. And one of the good traits to put on weapons when you're making your own ones is the, I think it's called the convert trait, if I remember rightly. And that basically converts your damage into healing for you. So you basically drain hit points from your enemies when you hit them. Rorona's weapon actually doesn't have that, I don't think, but it does do damage of all the different elements. Which means it does considerably more damage than just its base physical attack. If you look at it, effectively hits like 5 times instead of once. The 4 elemental hits aren't quite as strong as the initial physical hit, but they really add up. And then there's all the additional status effects and all that as well. So yeah, it's a pretty kick-ass weapon Rorona's got at the minute. Oh, I hate when the ghosts do the disappeary thing. Makes them really hard to hit. Not hard to kill, though. It's a conference of ghosts.
チャンスだね今のうちやあこの
I don't know what the collective term for ghost is.
楽勝楽勝
There's conferences baboons, I think. You have a conference of baboons. I don't know what a group of ghosts is called. Probably something stupid.
いくわよ私の手にかかれば
It's like something like a haunting of ghosts would make perfect sense, but it's almost certainly not that.
やあチャンスだね今のうち
楽勝楽勝
Anyway, yeah, onward. I shall attack you with my gropey hands. But you shall not hit Rorona because she will kill you before you get anywhere near her.
当たりやがれ
Oh, always satisfying.
手にかかればこんなもんよ
Right, what is this way? An event. That is what is this way. Aha, the important event.
あれクマのぬいぐるみ全然汚れてない誰かが落としていったのかな探してるかもしれないしとりあえず持って帰ろうかな 何今の声誰もいない気のせいだよね
Ooh, it's spooky.
よし先制攻撃だぜ
行くわよ私の手にかかればこんなもんよそれそれやあそれ
よし先制攻撃だぜ
That is a different type of ghost,
行くわよ
as you can see, because it has different colours.
手にかかればこんなもんよ
Good old palette swaps. Populating RPGs since the dawn of colour graphics.
今のうち
楽勝楽勝
As I've said on my Atari A to Z series, often just a change in colour palette can feel like you're seeing something exciting and new, because I know that palette swap enemies are a bit of a joke these days, but I grew up in the 8-bit era where just getting onto a level that was exactly the same but a different colour felt like a significant moment. You look at something like Attack of the Mutant Camels, which I covered a little while back on the Atari A to Z 8-bit series. And yeah, a big part of that was getting onto the next level where it was just slightly faster and the colours were different, but other than that it was exactly the same. Okay, let's continue exploring for now. Let's go to this hub area. There's a whole bunch of different exits from this one, so you have to come back here several times to get all of them.
よし先制攻撃だぜ
この私の手にかかればこんなもんよ
よし強くなってきたぜ
それ
Oh no, I'm full. Sort by quality, drop something, shit. And that is a good cue to send all this stuff back to the workshop. Come on. There we go. Right. How are we doing our friendship levels? 56 and 55. They are getting close to the pinnacle of friendship, which, as we all know, is 60. Are you 60 with your friends? If not, you should be. I could make an obscene comment, so I will. Are you 69 with your friends? You get it, it's a funny joke, because 69 is a sex thing. However, as far as I'm aware, in Atelier Rorona, if you get someone's affection value to 69, they do not 69. There is almost certainly some artwork of that on the internet somewhere. Almost certainly. But I haven't looked yet. Maybe after this session. Zero quality dress. Lovely. Get away from me. So we're now halfway through the levels we need to get the adventurer ending. Which is 50. It doesn't actually cap at 50, I don't think. The alchemy level caps at 50, but the adventurer level you can keep grinding. But in order to get the adventurer ending, you need Rorona and Cordelia to be at least level 50. Which, as you can see, is probably not going to be an issue at this point. Nectar. Nectar is a revival item. So quite handy to have around. Alright. Let's check the other exits. I do quite like how they bothered to make the direction you go in terms of camera angle correspond to the direction you go on the map. It just gives it a nice sense of coherence that you actually moving through these distinct zones as a sort of coherent world. This is the only Atelier game that's really got... Well, no, I tell a lie. Meru's got a couple of areas that unfold in several sections, but Tottery is certainly very much discrete single zones at a time, and you move between them on a node-based map rather than coming out from a hub like you do in this one. It's quite interesting the different ways that they approach movement and exploration in the different games. This is a big way that it makes them feel mechanically and structurally distinct from one another. despite them all having a lot in common with each other as well. Another chest. Excellent. Ooh, a book. Yes, I knew there was something else important in here. Besides the teddy bear. Right, back to the big hall. So not that one. This one. Fighting fear itself. We have defeated fear itself. And some ghosts. Another chest, very nice. What have we got this time? A load of crap. Hooray for crap. Right, just one more way to go, I think, and then we are done. Itchy nose. I'm not picking my nose, I'm just scratching it. If I was picking my nose, I would then do that. And you would get bogey all over your face. But I didn't, so that's okay. I like the word bogey so much more than booger. So Americans, I encourage you to use the word bogey more often. Okay, right. That is the entire Catacombs mapped out and cleared. So, I think what we're going to do now, we're going to take a break here. And I'm going to tease you. You have to find out what is going on with the teddy bear next time around. See, teaser, cliffhanger. Alright, on that note then, as always, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. Be sure to check out moegamer.net for new articles on Japanese and Japanese-inspired video games, new and old, every weekday. Every month, Moegamer features an in-depth exploration of an individual game or series as its cover game, so be sure to check the archives to see if your favourite has had a deep dive yet. If you'd like to support the site directly, please consider becoming a patron or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.